So dumplings, they are the word that has come up time and time again. Everyone wants to know about how to make dumplings. I don't know how I've got this title of being some sort of dumpling queen. It's all accidentally really, but yeah, I do make a lot of dumplings. My private dining always features some kind of dumplings, momo, steamed, gyoza, you know, fried. Some sort of dumpling will feature. I do love making dumplings. It's because it's one of my absolute favourite foods as well. So, okay, I'm going to give you some secrets about how to make dumplings. Okay, so we're in these tough times, so I don't expect everyone to have all the ingredients. So I've done a bit of a fridge raid tonight and saw what's in my fridge, what's sort of looking a bit sad, and put them into these dumplings. I found some mushrooms. So I've chopped up some mushrooms here with some spring onions and put some red chilli in it as well. And also in the freezer, edamame beans. I always keep frozen edamame beans. They are brilliant. So these are actually accidentally vegan. Don't mean to be, they just are. So it's great for those that are vegan too. Edamame beans, they come frozen in a packet like this. They're absolutely brilliant. All I did was soak them in some boiling hot water. Here they are. They're the type that you get in the pod. And you just need to blitz them. So in my blitzer, I just put all the frozen edamame beans into a blitzer like this. And then you get this really nice like paste like this. Can you see that? Because in a dumpling, what you want is to make sure that you've got some sort of like cohesive mixture. It kind of does need to bind together. So if I was using something like chicken mince or pork or lamb or something like that, where there's a meat, that would be raw. And I just, you know, bind everything raw with like all the ingredients, spring onions, ginger, garlic, that kind of thing. Put that into the dumpling and then steam it. There's a little bit of cooking that I will do here, very, very tiny bit, just to cook out the rawness of like ginger and garlic here. Because the vegetables as well, like raw mushroom, not great. You need to have a little bit of sort of flavour from some of the ingredients I'm using. So what I'll do is cook out some of the ingredients and then show you different ways to wrap the dumplings. And you're probably thinking, oh, dumpling wrappers are going to be really hard. And they're not hard, and I have made them from fresh, and they are really nice from fresh. But the supermarkets, actually the Chinese supermarkets or online, sell amazing gyoza wrappers that are already done for you. So they come in packets like this. These are my favourite ones. Gyoza skins I normally use, and they're just done for you. So why would you bother spending hours? Although sometimes I do, because there is momo wrappers especially, but let's focus on gyozas today. So they're really thin, translucent, all done for you. If you were to do that at home, you'd make a flour dough, roll it all out, get a cookie cutter and cut them out. That is for another day, I'll save that. But for the moment, let's make a really simple filling and fill these gyozas. That's what I'm going to do. Pan fried like pot stickers, you can call them gyozas, pot stickers, all these various names. But from stuff I found in my fridge. So we've got the amazing edamame beans that are frozen, and we're going to start with the mushrooms. These are just chestnut mushrooms that were just sort of in my fridge, I haven't used up, so about 3-4 of them. We have spring onions and some fresh red chilli in there as well. I'm just going to saute that off, so literally just fry that for about 2-3 minutes. So let me fry that. But dumplings, anything you fry off in a dumpling needs to have an undertone flavour. There needs to be an oriental flavour. That holy grail is always, for me, ginger and garlic. Ginger and garlic will set the tone for your dumpling. It has to be flavoursome. There is no point having a bland dumpling. So into the mushrooms, the chopped mushrooms and the spring onion and a little bit of red chilli. Here's some ginger, thumb size sort of, yeah. So in there I've got about, you know what it is, about 3-4 mushrooms that were just lying around. 3-4 mushrooms, into that. I'm grating in some ginger. And then my garlic will go in there as well, but I love crushed garlic. There is something about crushed garlic because you're squeezing all the juices and the oils, not juices, oils of the garlic to go in there. And do you know what? The best garlic crusher for me is this £1 or £2 IKEA crusher I've had for ages. I keep just buying it again and again when I need one. But this is the IKEA garlic crusher. I absolutely love it. I've bought expensive ones, branded ones. None of them work the best as the IKEA one. So I'm crushing into the 3-4 chestnut mushrooms with the chili, spring onion, thumb-sized ginger, and 5 garlic cloves, 4 garlic cloves. And honestly, guys, you can just make this to your flavour, yeah? You don't have to put in what I'm telling you. If you don't like garlic, don't put it in. If you don't like ginger, don't put it in. Put one of them in there. If you don't like them, then look, we are going to go in with soy sauce. Then we are going to have a topping. There's going to be lots of other stuff that you can go in with. But I love the flavours of ginger and garlic. So crush that all in. There we go. Because if you have it already like this, it makes for a really, really quick stir fry. Because that's all you're going to do. I'm going to just very quickly stir fry this filling. So just to recap, chestnut mushrooms, spring onion, a little bit of red chili, ginger, garlic. Get that into a pan. A little bit of vegetable oil. And in it goes. Little sizzle. Mushrooms cook very quickly. And all the rest of the ingredients don't need much cooking at all. Look at that. Feel like you need a bit more oil. I always feel like mushrooms are like these little sponges. They just suck up anything you put on them. They do require a little bit of oil. A bit of vegetable oil, rapeseed oil I've got there. It's quite healthy. It's fine. So in here, that's what we have. Look, the mushrooms that have been diced up with the spring onion, a little bit of red chili, and the ginger garlic. Right. So maybe another minute or so. Doesn't take long. About a minute or so, and then we're going to go in. I'll just turn it up a bit so it gets a bit faster. We're going to go in with, you know, the blitzed edamame beans? So they go from that to that. So you do want a nice, like, sort of, if you were to mould it together, look, it's stuck together, see? So you do want to go in with that sort of texture. So this, I'm going to put in here. That is about, I'm really bad at measurements. I need to work out measurements, but I am a chuck it together cook. I'd say that was about sort of 3 handfuls of edamame beans like that. So when I've got that in there, I'm going to mix that together with the mushroom. And honestly, guys, this is another sort of, you know, put together recipe, because I know it's going to work because these flavours do work, but this is something I make all the time, and this is what I want to show you, that in a dumpling you can put anything in there. This is what I had in my fridge. Lonely mushrooms and frozen edamame beans. So they've all gone in there. Let me get rid of this. Don't like the mess. I can't think. So that's just cooking. The edamame beans, by the way, they're frozen. All I did is just pour boiling hot water on the top and let them sit for about 5-10 minutes and they're defrosted. It's like peas. So as that's sizzling away, you can hear it, sizzling, sizzling. It's nearly there, it's just sizzling. I'd say what, less than a minute. Soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons. Go in with 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Mix that together, and then you're starting to get a mixture like that. Look, a bit of a sort of wet mixture. And something that you can probably mold together into the pastry skin. And always salt and pepper. Lots of black pepper in there. And the reason there's not that many things that are going in here is because you also want to have a topping, remember? So I'm going to show you how to garnish it. A little bit of salt and pepper, not too much salt because we've got the soy sauce, so it's already quite salty. I always like to use Himalayan pink salt as well. So, there you go. There is your filling. Let me put it into a bowl for you so you can actually see that a little bit more better. So I've got that bowl here. Let me tip that out. And it's quite hot at the moment, but it will cool down pretty quickly. There we go. Edamame, mushroom, spring onion, salt, ginger, garlic, and red chili, and soy sauce. Those were the things that went there. Oh, let me get rid of this blade. That's very dangerous. So we're done with that. So let's move on to the wrapping. I think that's the thing that seems to daunt everyone, but actually with a bit of practice, it's really therapeutic. I love wrapping my dumplings. It's my bit I look forward to on a Saturday morning when I'm about to go to a private dining. I sit there with a green tea and make these 50, 60 dumplings nearly every other Saturday. And it is really a tranquil time. Once you really get into doing these dumplings, you'll really like enjoy it. And it's Saturday night, so we're just on this lockdown enjoying, you know, being at home, and who cares what day it is? You can have a glass of something if you like, gets us through. Right, so gyoza skins. Any of these sort of gyoza skins, you'll find them in the frozen section in a Chinese supermarket. That's where I will get them from. Right now, you can't get there. Order them online. Lots of places delivering gyoza skins. If you just go on there, frozen gyoza skins, wonton wrappers, anything like that. The one thing about these is they do dry out very quickly. So look, I'm gonna take a few out, but I've got a damp, clean jade cloth here. And I'm gonna keep it in there so it stays nice and moist, because they will dry out and you don't want crispy edges because it's gonna make it a nightmare to try and fill. So you've got your gyoza wrappers. The other thing you need is a teaspoon to measure out your filling. And then you also need a little bit of water. These are the three things you need. And then your wrapping station and somewhere you're gonna store it. So let's start. I'm gonna show you how to make like 3 different versions of dumplings that you can wrap them. There's the traditional one I do a lot, which is a Momo style, which is a sort of bunched together one. That's not really a technical word, bunched together. Okay, I need to think of a better word. Well, let's start. I'll show you what I mean when it's bunched together. So, let's start with a skin, gyoza wrapper, gyoza skin. It's really nice, it's really thin. These are lovely. Look, before you put the filling in there, there's 2 sides. One will always be a little bit more floury than the other. Put the more floury side on the outside, and on the inside, I always use my middle finger, don't know why. But go round like this. I hope you can see this clearly. Go round in a circle, because that's your glue. That's how you're gonna seal it together. I've gone round and put some water on the outside. In the middle, your filling's gonna go in there. This is a little bit hotter than I would have liked, but hey, I'll deal with it. So 1 teaspoon of your filling, and in the center it goes. This is your easel. Put your equipment there. This is the way you need to bring it together. There is a lot of pleating here. So I take an edge, fold it like that. So you've got one edge together. And then I'll try and do this as slow as possible, but I'm pleating. Sorry, you don't want to get the filling on your hands. But then you're pleating and you're pleating and you're pleating all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, until you come to the center, and then you're bringing it up into the center until you have your dumpling, like that. I'll do that one more time in case it was a bit too quick. So here's your wrapper. My washing's done. This is the beauty. We're in my house. It's normal life. That's my second load done. All the bed covers are done. I'm happy. It plays me a little song. It's really long. Okay, now it's done. Sorry about that. Right, let's start. Again, with going round the edge of the dumpling wrapper. There we go. Leaving the inside with no water. Because if you start making that wet, you're in big trouble, because it will just tear, it will go soggy. 1 teaspoon. Filling in. Put it down. Bringing an edge together. I hope you can see this. Let me just hope you can see this. This is all a bit trial and error for me, but right. So together, see that? together, and then fold and fold and fold. Like you're doing a fan. You know when you used to make a fan in school? A bit like that. So back and forth and back and forth, and then bringing it all together, pinching it in the middle to bring it in the middle like that. I hope that makes sense. I'll do one more, just because third time lucky, in case anyone's doing it together with me while they're at home. I'll do it one more time and then I'll move on to other shapes. Because for gyoza, really, I mean, that's my momo shape. I do that when I'm steaming it. That's my momo shape, but I just thought because everyone's so familiar with that one, the one I do, I thought I'd do that. But here, look, all the way around, water. Teaspoon, in, down. I don't know why I'm tiptoeing. I have no idea. Anyway, together, bring the edges in. Okay, your filling's there, and then pleat, 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 all the way around. But you can start that edge, you can start at that edge. As long as you just end up in the middle, and then you're pinching, and you're pinching, and you're pinching, and you're pinching, and then you get this little, like, I don't know what to call it. I need to think of a name. If you guys can think of a good name for this shape, that would be good. I don't know what to call this. So please, yeah, suggestions on a postcard. Then, the next one. The traditional gyoza shape that you'd find in like Wagamamas and the kind of ones you're used to when you go to a restaurant and what they look like. Again, gyoza skin, all the way around. And we're gonna put our filling in. There we go. And this time, we're gonna make a half moon, right? So here, in my hands, half moon. See that? But when we have pinched the middle, I hope you can see that. When you have pinched the middle, what we're gonna do, I need to sort of turn that around because I'm right-handed, look. So what we're gonna do is fold that way, and fold that way, and fold that way. So we've got one side with a pleat, pleat, pleat. You need to do it on the other side, which is a bit tricky because I'm right-handed, so I've got to do it left-handed. So you get this one, in, and in, like that. And that is your traditional gyoza shape. See? You've got the bit that will kiss the bottom of the pan so that you get browning there. Then you're going to flip it this way so it sits on that side, you get browning there, and then it'll be steamed through. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to do the traditional gyoza method today of how to steam and grill at the same time. So let me do these very quickly again. We'll do a couple more. I'll do that one. I'll do one of the traditional ones again, and then I'll do one other different one, and then we'll go on to grilling, I think. So show you one more time. We've got the water going round, a teaspoon of the filling in the middle. This time we're going for a little bit more for gyoza, I think. You can handle it. And then pinch in the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, and then on the other side, 1, 2, 3. Oh, a little bit peeking out there. There we go. Sitting on its bum. You've got the traditional gyoza shape. That'll be grilled there and grilled on its bum. And then there's one more shape, which is the traditional moon shape. This is very, very easy to do. If you don't want to do all the pleats or you're not getting the hang of it, let's do a traditional moon shape. Literally in the middle, fold it and press it all in. And then you've got your traditional moon like that. But you do want to be, like, look, there's a bit coming out there. You really want to make sure that it's tight there. So knock all the air out. And then you've got a traditional moon shape. And then we'll do one more without the pleating, because I have found when I try to train a few people, they do find the pleating a little bit difficult. However, keep going with it, it will come, it will come. I couldn't pleat a sari forever. Now finally, after 2 kids, I can finally pleat a sari to put on. Even then I can't be asked. Anyway, that's for a different show. Pleating a sari, getting ready, yeah, that could be another thing. Right, so filling, we're going to do a triangle here. This is a different way as well, where you bring it into the middle, you fold it, and then triangle. You've got one triangle open there, you bring that into the middle and you close it like that, and then you're left with a triangle. That needs a little bit more water. It needs a bit more water if it's drying out. Just dab your fingers in there and get that in there like that, and then you get the traditional triangle shape. So those are your 3 shapes that you can do, whatever takes your fancy. They'll all taste the same, they'll look different, and they do actually hold different sauces. And then we're gonna do the garnish as well. So we have these ones, which we have no name for, which I'm waiting for you guys to confirm for me. We've got a triangle, we've got a moon, and we've got traditional Gyoza shape. Okay, so they're all your different shapes. I'm now going to go in to grill them, cook them. So I need to go over to my pan now. What you need is like a non-stick pan like this, because I don't want to use too much oil. It's a non-stick pan, and you need a lid that will fit the pan, because for a gyoza you've got a 2-step cooking process. You need to make them brown on the bottom and the other side, and then you need to put a bit of water, and then we're going to shut it and we're going to steam it. So you've got 2 ways of cooking. So let's put this on. Onto a medium kind of heat, I'd say. About, if you're using an induction hob, about 7.5 or 8 is quite good. Put on a medium flame. Got loads of filling left, or we're having lots of gyozas in my house tonight. So, as that heats up, and you've got all your gyozas ready here, I would say that if you are going to make these and use them later, definitely, 100% definitely, you have to do this. Is get the jade cloth that you were keeping the skins moist in. Sorry. And then cover them, yeah? In the fridge or wherever you're doing it. Even if it's like this in a big thing, cover them, cover them, cover them. You are just going to make them hard and crispy, and you won't get a nice gyoza like that. So just, you have to try and keep them damp. So a clean cloth, I keep just a big pack of these cloths in my cupboard with all the sauces, because I need them to stay nice and soft. So that's another little tip. Let me come back to you just a second. Sorry. That was my skins. I didn't want them to get bad. So ready? Okay, next bit. Can you hear my kids? There they are. Look, I'm hungry. They're coming, nearly done. So we get a dry pan and put them on like that. Sometimes I use a little oil, but I do like them drier. I like just more of a, rather than a bubbly sort of texture you get, I like the grilled look that you get. So I'm putting them all in, and I want you to see that you will pretty much get the same effect. Put them all in like that and let them grill. About 2 to 3 minutes on each side, you'll start hearing them bubble. In the meantime, what I've done as well, to serve something on the side of it, I've got some asparagus here. I've just blanched them, which just means in boiling hot water, just brought them up to the boil for about a minute. So here's some asparagus, and I'm going to put them on the griddle, and a lime. I'm going to put the lime down on the griddle as well, so we get like a barbecue lime. I'm going to serve some asparagus alongside it. I love like that freshness. You know the wok fried greens that sort of restaurants do? I always order them. I just feel like it's a nice sort of salad almost, but that dressing you get with them, it's just amazing. So while the gyozas are cooking, let's make a little vegetable side dish as well. Whack this onto a hot griddle. I just realised that wasn't on, so let's do that again. We're going to get that griddle really, really hot. Whack that and the lime on there. I'm going to show you how to make a dressing for that one as well. God, aren't you lucky? I'm getting to learn so many things. A side dish, 3 different shapes of gyozas. I'm really happy I am able to share this sort of stuff with you as well. And yeah, when you are cooking, you definitely need a glass of something with you to get you through. because it's lockdown. But I'm actually enjoying this lockdown. How is everyone finding their lockdown? It's giving me lots of time to think about things and do things I wouldn't normally. My husband built me an amazing rack for my chopping boards today. So I have a chopping board, like, compartment. So I'm really proud of him. Thank you for doing that. So let me go back to these gyozas. Can you see that we've got some browning on there now? Oh, look, on the bum of that one, bum of that one, bum of that one. Not all of them will brown as well as the traditional gyoza shape. Yes, I have asbestos fingers, I can touch. So don't try not to do that. I do just have very asbestos fingers from all the years of cooking chapatis. So you want to move them around a bit. These ones probably won't, you can't really move them around. These ones, this shape that I normally do, that you see on my Instagram, steams really well. Just a normal steamer. You don't need to do all this, but that's another technique. So I'm just trying to show you this one technique for today. So once you've got that nice browning on each side, as you can see, yeah? Once you've got that browning, if you want a bit more, then just keep them on a bit more. But at this stage, I think it's quite nice to steam them. And I've got some water here into this pan. You add the water so you can hear the sizzle. Just enough water so that it just about coats the base of it. There you go. But the most important thing, cover it and leave that for 2 minutes, because that's going to steam. That's the second part of the cooking. It's steaming. And while that's steaming, I've got my blanched asparagus. Now going into the griddle here. The griddle like this, with those lines. I do everything on here. Halloumi, grilled vegetables, chicken. I do so much on here. It's great. And the lime. Look how hard that lime is. Look at all this stuff that's just there that's, you know, starting to be on its last legs. But I'm going to use it because you can't go to the shops right now for 1 or 2 little things. So just whatever you have, use. If it's a lemon, use a lemon. And if you don't have it, don't bother. If you don't have asparagus, try green beans. You know, even like lettuce. Like, there's so many other green vegetables you can use. Whatever green vegetable you have, you can use. Tender stem broccoli, normal broccoli, anything green will work for this recipe. So that's there, going in. Let's go back to my gyozas. Let's see how they're doing. Right, it's still steaming away. I've still got a bit of water in there, so let's let that all evaporate away on a high heat. That will suck it up, and that will really become lovely and soft and just plump. Right, finally, we're going to move on to dressing the gyozas, because they're not, you does need something on the top. You can't just have them on its own, I don't think. You do need something to lift them. And I've got lots of different dressings. I mean, I do this chili oil, but that takes about a good month to sort of get all the flavours together. So we're not going to do that today. You do have to do a little bit of multitasking sometimes in kitchen. Look, I'm just chucking them around. And then, this is going to be for my gyozas. So I've got my asparagus here. On my gyozas, what I've discovered a few years ago when I went to Malaysia, I discovered this thing called ketchup manis. Actually, was it Malaysia? It might have been barley. I mixed them all up now. I think it was barley. We're going back a good sort of 6-7 years ago. Ketchup manis, ketchup. But it's a soy sauce sweet ketchup. It's like their equivalent of ketchup. They would whack it on like eggs and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so I brought lots of this. You can buy this here. It's called ABC sauce here, or ketchup manis. Yeah? This is amazing, amazing dressing for your gyozas. We're going to use this, some sesame seeds, some coriander. If you had spring onions, that would be fine. I'm just using what I've got left in the fridge. This is not a strict list. And then this stuff I love is toragashi, which is a Japanese 7-spice blend. It's got all sorts of things like nori, so you know, from sushi. It's got chili, it's got so many different seeds in there as well. This is great as well. So if you haven't got any of this, it's even got orange peel in it. If you've got none of this, just get yourself some of this. I mean, I found this in Waitrose, but you can find this in anywhere. You can find this in any of the Chinese supermarkets. It's called toragashi. Okay? So now we're going to dress it. This is where the magic happens. So, all my water has evaporated away. My asparagus is starting to look charred there, you see? So I'll leave that for the minute. They'll be happy there on that heat. I'm going to take my gyozas out. So we've got my Look, that's why they call them pot stickers. Look, they stuck to the bottom of the pan to give that. Please don't lift them up like this. Use tongs or use something. I've just got these fingers that don't feel anything, so please, I don't want to get loads of people going, I've got so many pans, because yeah, I'm just a bit weird. Right, so we've got 3 of these. They look like hats. I need suggestions. So we've got 3 of those, and then we've got the triangle. Look how nice that is on the back. See? So we have a triangle, and then we've got the moon. Put the moon there, and then we've got our traditional sort of what you're used to seeing a gyoza shape, like that. Okay. 1 and 2. And they're so crispy there. Let's dress them. This is the fun part. That's for my asparagus. So, I hope you can see all this. This is going to look so chefy, but it's so easy. You're going to know all my secrets now. Look, it's a bottle of this ketchup, which is sweet reduced soy sauce, really. Go on here. Let's give it a drizzle. There we go. The drizzle all the way through. Look already, doesn't that look nice? Then, let's top it with things. Only because this is the stuff I've had. A little bit of greenery is always nice. So these are coriander stalks, because my coriander's looking a bit sad as well, which I'm going to blitz and put into a chutney or something. So let's put a bit of coriander stalks on top. And then sesame seeds, white and black, that's the trick. White and black, there's just something that makes it look a little bit more expensive. So let's put all the black and white. But look, if you just have white, that's fine as well. If you don't have them, don't worry. If you have pumpkin seeds, sesame, what are they called? Sunflower seeds. If you have any kind of seeds, these are readily available. You can get them from anywhere. So I've got sesame seeds. Just because I have it here, this toragashi, and I do like a little bit of that tangy chili. I'm going to put a tiny bit of that tangy chili on top there. There you go. And they are your 3 different versions of gyozas done. You need to have some chopsticks, and the reason for chopsticks, you don't have to, but I love eating with the chopsticks, only because the Chinese believe that if you use anything metal based, you're interacting with the flavour, the natural flavour. There's the chemical reaction that happens. That's not very nice. So try and use some wooden chopsticks if you can. So these are gyozas, and to serve alongside, let's put our asparagus. Asparagus there. Again, please don't do this. Just use a little utensil to get it out. There we go. And my lime. My lime is so nicely caramelised that you can squeeze over. And the best dressing for this is just a little bit of soy sauce. What I do in here, this is a crushed garlic, 1 crushed garlic clove, about a tablespoon of soy sauce, about a teaspoon of sesame oil. Stir that together, and that makes such a nice dressing. I've also put a little bit of sugar in there. So you've got sugar, crushed garlic clove, soy sauce, a bit of sesame oil. Put that on top like that. You've got like sweet, sour, sourness with that. And then for colour and for flavour, a little bit of red chilli. And I picked this up from the counters at Waitrose where they have the sushi. This is crunchy onions, fried onions, all done for you. So I'm going to put some of these crunchy onions on top. And if you do want to put a little bit more of sesame seeds, you can, but we've got sesame on there, so I won't bother, but I will get this, squeeze it all over, and there you have your side of asparagus as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this dumpling sort of mini masterclass, showing you what you can do with anything in your fridge. That's been a freezer item, edamame mushrooms that were on their last legs, just put in with some ginger, garlic, spring onions. And then that's been asparagus that was just blanched and char grilled. with the lime. That was hard as a rock, but once I caramelized it, look how juicy and nice it's gone. So I really hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you want to see next. I'm really loving all these ideas, so whatever you guys do want to see, I'm happy to make it. See you later, next time. Thanks. Bye.